Well, hey there folks, welcome back once again to the Hop House. It's Eddie here and it's time for another beer review. I suppose you could kind of call this a budget beer. I don't know, you'll see what I mean. Welcome along to the Hop House though. We'll call that because we like hoppy beer, we like house music. If you like either of those or both, then give us one of those. Give us a like, share, subscribe to this channel if it sounds like your cup of tea. Okay, we're going to Aldi. Yes, I know you're waiting for the red sirens, Aldi, Aldi. But I'm quietly confident in this one. Reason being is I've had it before. I did review it end of November, but the video wasn't very good. It was on my digital camera, and I think I'm going to start using that less now. I think I'm going to stick to the two phones I've got. The digital camera that I bought wasn't particularly expensive, but the audio quality is terrible, and sometimes I press the wrong button because I'm crap at technology, and I end up just doing it without any audio. It's happened about on four occasions now, and I'm not a massive fan. But I'll still do some videos on the digital camera every now and again, but I like the 4K quality of the phone. Do you want to see what we're reviewing anyway? So this is Aldi. It's a copycat beer. So if you know Aldi beers, they tend to do either beers that they rip off from other companies, or they just do stuff like Hop Foundry, where they just invent a brewery and just come up with some, well, in most cases, tosh. This is the former, not the latter, thank God. And wonder what beer this could be. So it's the Anti-Establishment Hazy IPA. It's a New England IPA, 5% ABV. Wonder what that looks like. Take a look at that. Look at the colour of the can, the branding. Life is better with a beer. Should we get it out into the glass? I'm using my Mrs. Gin glass for this, so if you're new to the channel, this has a red sort of tinge, a red glow at the bottom of the glass. Ignore the redness because it might look a bit cocktaily. This is obviously a rip-off of Brewdog's Hazy Jane, right? Blatantly. The 5% version, I know some people have got their feelings about the 5% Hazy Jane. I actually quite liked it. Go and check out we did the Hazy Jane family. So I did the 5% Hazy Jane against what was the OG Hazy. It's now renamed Double Hazy. Might pick up another can of that, because as the OG it was crap, but I heard it's been rebrewed slightly. Why do Brewdog keep changing the recipes? It's weird. Maybe it was down to feedback. I mean, look at Vocation and Tropical. I loved it. Nobody else did. Well, nobody else in the beer review world. Sorry. Right, let's get this out into there then. Let's get out into the glass. So this is a knockoff of the 5% version of Hazy Jane. Pour it there. There we go. So, beer in the glass. Again, ignore the readiness at the bottom. It's the rest of the beer that we're looking at, and it looks pretty good actually. Nice bit of haze to it. Lovely white head. Look at that. Look at that jig around. Do a bit of laser vision in a second. Just waiting for the bubbles to calm down, which now it's done. If I hold it up to the natural light, yeah, it looks like a sort of orangey, golden pour with a sort of foamy white head. Should we do a bit of laser vision for those that love the lacing? So we go jig, 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 and we jig. And then we do the whirly, twirly, swirly, whirly thing, where basically you're seeing how it reacts. Look at that, eh? Yeah, you can see the bubbles chasing the bottom of the head, which is the magic trick in beer that I love so much. I like the look of it. Price-wise, should have told you that before I even poured it out. So this is in Aldi for £1.69 of your British money. £1 and 69 British pence. It does say on the back somewhere that's brewed in Scotland. Now, my money going into this was 100% on This is Williams Brothers. This is Williams Brothers brewing something for Aldi, ripping Brewdog off. But I know that Brewdog did do the brew with Aldi, the Brewdog, the Aldi IPA or Aldi PA or whatever it's called. But then recently, Aldi have started selling normal punk IPA. So, is this in fact Brewdog, just under a different name? Would Brewdog do that? They've got the capacity to do it. They're a huge brewery. Their site in Ellen is humongous. But would they really go ahead and do this? More or less, well, I've not smelt and tasted it yet, but is it more or less, should I have done a side-by-side as well, by the way? Is it more or less the same as the Hazy Jane, and why would they do that? I don't know, is the answer. The only thing I can think of is one of my best mates, my best man, shout out to Blandy, I don't think he watches, I don't think this is his cup of tea, but he used to work for the clothing brand Matalan, and he always used to say, well, what they do is that the designers will put out a range of clothing, but it'd be slightly different. So he always referred me to Pepe Jean. Remember Pepe Jeans? Maybe this is younger people, you might not know. But Pepe Jeans, in London based, always a very iconic logo. They put a brand of clothing into Matalan, but they called it PJL denim or something like that. So it was Pepe Jeans London, but under the PJL brand. So it was a totally separate. So they weren't devaluing their main Pepe Jeans brand by going into somewhere like Matalan. So is that what Brewdog have done here? Again, it's all about branding. So is this Hazy Jane made by Brewdog, just under Aldi thing, and it doesn't say anything about Brewdog in it, so they're not devaluing their brand? Or is it, as I first suspected, a Williams Brothers beer? Let's give it a whiff, see what we can sniff. Yeah, I can't fault that. Smells quite peachy. Getting mango, getting orange. Little bits of lemon and lime. Little bit of sort of sweeter grapefruit, like a pink grapefruit. £1.69. Should we give it a try? Bottoms up, down the hatch. Smells great. I can't fault that. For the money you pay. I think that's a belter. I do. I think that's an absolute belter. I think that is a cracking beer. I can't fault it. I'm sorry. I know people are probably going to want me to fault it and say what you're talking about, but this is personal opinion. I'm here. Look, I'm at home in my kitchen. I'm a fat lad in the kitchen. I don't brew. I don't work in the industry. I'm not any form of industry expert. I'm just a bloke who talks on camera in a kitchen. All I can give you is what I'm picking up in the flavour and my opinion. And you can take it as it is. It's my opinion, right? Opinions are like arseholes. Everyone's got one. I probably say this on nearly every video now. Thing is, I don't want to come across as like really, like, pardon my French, but an arsehole or arrogant, because I'm not. I'm genuinely a nice person. That's like I'm begging you to, please like me, please like me. It's just my opinion on beer, guys. Let's go for some flavours before I start tearing up. It's fruity. It hasn't got that Brewdog taste. That's why I don't think it's a Brewdog beer. Brewdog beers, you'll know them, they have a certain taste. It's like in the aftertaste, it's a bit like, oh, what's that? And I don't know if it's the condition of the water up in Ellen or if it's the yeast that they use. This doesn't have that. So personally, I don't think this is a Brewdog beer. Should do a side by side and I'll probably find out that it tastes exactly the same. The mouthfeel is very soft. Body's sort of medium. It's very easy drinking and inoffensive. That's the way I can describe this beer. But it's cheap as well. For what it is, 440ml can, £1.69. Yeah, Really nice soft carbonation, lovely to have in your mouth. Then down the middle of the tongue there's plenty of sweetness. It's a New England style beer. Really is lovely and soft. Down the sides you're getting the little tropical bites, bit of mango, bit of peach, pineapple, lemon and lime, a little bit of pink grapefruit, but it is more sweet than it is anything else. This is quite a sweet sort of New England style beer. But it's lovely, all the taste in the middle, and then it sort of peters off. Dries your mouth out a little bit on the finish, but there's not much going on the finish. Would I expect it for New England? Maybe not. So, I'm going to read that little small print there. If you can see that, you're going to read that on the... I don't think so. The Anti-Establishment Hazy IPA India Pale Ale. The full-on fruit loop of an IPA has serious tropical tendencies. Unfiltered and uninhibited, it unleashes a nice bomb explosion of smooth stone fruit with a citrusy spike in its tail. Don't know about the citrusy spike, but it is a tasty beer. Now, as I say, it's not a virgin beer review. I've had this many times. This thing is I'm an Aldi shopper. Recently, we've been going to Asda because I've noticed that Aldi prices have gone up, and I don't think Aldi. I think they're still a lot cheaper than other places, but they're not the cheapest. So we started going to Asda. The thing with Aldi, I'll get back to the beer in a minute, I'm just going off tangent, bear with. The thing with Aldi is, it's great if you, I mean I love some of their food. Some of the dinners that you pick up, you know, the meals that you just bung in the oven, the chicken with stuff on it and all that stuff. Love all that. And it's at a decent price. But then you have a look at things like your cucumber and cherry tomatoes and stuff, you know, your salad stuff, and you're thinking, well, that's a bit pricey. And then you end up having to go, I mean, we're lucky where we are, there's an Aldi and a B&M next door. So we're going to the B&M to get stuff like laundry detergent, things like that, because we're quite picky about our laundry detergent. Maybe I should try the Aldi stuff, the Almat or whatever it's called. But we like certain branding. I mean, I'll come out in rashes before from detergent, so I'm very picky. Whereas at Asda you can get it all, can't you? The detergent might not be as cheap as B&M, although I don't think there's much in it anymore. But, you know, the long and the short of it is you can get everything that you need in Asda. And I don't think that the shopping budget has suffered that much from going to Asda. But coming back to the reason why I was saying all that, is I was and have been an Aldi shopper for many a time for our big shop, and so I was whacking this quite regularly, that and the Williams Brothers Six States, the New England White IPA that's back in during the winter months. They were both going in my trolley because they were both sensational. So it is what it is, I guess. Right, rating wise, I'm going to do one more in this batch. Yeah, 2 thumbs up and a foot. I'll give it 3 limbs out of 4. I really like it. It is a steady, regular purchase beer for me, especially with the price, £1.69. I don't think you can go wrong with that. I genuinely don't. There may be other beer reviewers that are thinking, what the piss and hell are you on about, you silly man? But that I like the 5% Hazy Jane. I never got to try the original 7.2% version. I just got the OG god-awful version and the triple, which blew my head off. So that is easily on par with the 5% Hazy Jane. Maybe you should do a side-by-side. I was thinking about it, then I realised that not that long ago, Andy from Andy's Beer Reviews did do a side-by-side. So I thought, look, I've got a can of it and I didn't have a can of Hazy Jane, so I'll just do it individually. Might do a side-by-side. Might do the punk against the anti-establishment as well. Now they're both in Aldi, so I can pick them up at the same place. Right, that's 3 limbs out of 4. Thank you very much for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Ciao for now, people. Ta-ra.